Welcome to the Oil Stream, presented to you by Boston Pizza. We are at Boston Pizza today, Westgate 170th, just north of the mall. Many of you nasties know the location, as we've been here a number of times for pre- and post-game action. And we've got the summer menu that is released officially tomorrow. It's a summer set list, and there's a bunch of great stuff on here. Look at this. What would be your favorite item, Trev?
Oh, geez. Man, I'm a sucker for Boston Pizza. What is
there's
this
a couple
What is
pizzas
this?
here.
G here. We've got the new Flamin' Hot Fiesta pizza.
Oh, there's letters on it.
That sounds unreal.
that.
Yeah. So then F is right there. Nasty's new smash burger pizza.
Yeah, that looks good, right? That's the first one Joe's on the page. I was wondering what this is, but it's D. What's D?
D would be the Holy Queso burger. 2 quarter-pound beef patties, bacon, pickles, and our secret sauce, toasted brioche bun, served with warm cheddar queso for the ultimate cheeseburger experience.
That looks good.
It does.
And queso is some type of cheese dip?
Yes.
Nice.
And then we got the firecracker calamari. You would love that. I think you would.
I don't do calamari, man.
I think you would.
Nope. There's no chance.
You tried. This is cooked, deep fried.
Look, man, I love BPs. I'm not eating the calamari.
But you
Stop it, Trev.
What was it we got you to eat? Just a shrimp.
Yeah, shrimp's different. Shrimp's not calamari.
No, but they're
think.
pretty similar.
Isn't calamari octopus?
Yes. Squid, octopus.
So
I think it's mainly squid.
I'll tell a quick story
Sure.
about calamari.
Oh, okay.
So when I was in Lethbridge, I was working at the radio station. I was picking up extra shifts at Shaw Television, which was like community television.
Right.
And they're like, hey, we want you to do a food show. And I was already doing the SPCA cat show. And I hate cats. And they'd come in and they'd have cats sit on me every day. It was gross. I hated it.
You could get Oscar.
It was awful. It was awful. These cats would be cutting the crap out of my arms. I'm like, you should adopt this cat today. Like, if anybody could ever find those tapes, the Lost Dusty SPCA Shaw TV tapes
Such a good boy.
would be something. Anyway, the calamari. So they were like, hey, we want you to do a cooking show at Fire and Ice on the West End. And I was like, okay, sure. And I kind of had a crush on the girl producer at the time. So I was like, anything to kind of hang out with her. Anyway, so I'm trying to impress her. So I'm like, I'll do this. So we go to Fire and Ice on the West End in Lethbridge there. And they're like, okay, today you're going to show everybody how to make calamari and everything. And I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, this is cool. So I'm shaking the calamari. I'm battering it. It's all good. And then at the end, they're like, all right, now we taste it. And I was like, I think you could probably see the moment I pissed my pants a little bit. I was like, we tasted. So, I mean, I should have known that I was going to have to eat what we made. But so I grabbed the calamari, I put it in my mouth, and I'm like, that is delicious. Like, it sucked. So the only time I've ever had calamari, I was doing it on TV. And it sucked.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
I just know the face too. I've seen that face.
It was so it was like, how are you supposed to fake that you love something? Like, it's just, it's too tough. It's too tough. So anyway, I won't be having the calamari. What I did order for lunch today was the meatless bites.
Yeah, all meat bites Thai chili.
All meat bites Thai chili, which is like, I'm very excited.
Special right there, baby.
Very excited for it. I haven't had anything to eat today, so I am very. Usually I have toast at the office, but I was too busy today.
Yeah.
So I'm a little famished. Troll says, I miss the old WHL games on Shaw TV. I used to work those just as the rinkside guy.
Crazy.
Yeah, I did like 4 of them. It was I was on rinkside. I only do it when it was in Lethbridge. They get me for rinkside, and then I think Ryan Leslie and somebody else were calling the games.
Ryan Leslie.
And when I did somebody's got to get these tapes too, because when I did sidelines, there's sidelines of rinkside. I remember Dustin Buffalo was playing for the Prince George Cougars, and he walked by me, and I was like, my God, he's a behemoth. Even in junior, I was like, this guy's insane. But that makes me feel old now because he's already come and gone. But I sat. What's this? What
When you tried the pickled herring.
Oh yeah,
So
that's my calamari face. You're right. Anyway, I had just a goatee. It was the only time in my life I had just a goatee, and now it's a little grayish.
Looks
But
good, bro.
it was like a ginger goatee. I had no facial hair except like a little ginger goat when I was on Shaw Cable doing WHL games. And that was, I don't know how long ago that was. But
Man, do we have any of those? Well, we'll need to get that footage. Do you know who your boss was at the time? Can we contact? They're
all all of them are unemployed now and dead. So there's no way that you can track those things.
So never mind.
Track those things down. I think. All right, it is the oil stream. We're at Boston Pizza today. Swing on by for lunch. We got lots to discuss. I mean, the Edmonton Oilers are wheeling and dealing, and there's lots to get to. We're going to take a look at their current roster as it sits today. What it would look like, what room they might have to still do something. I know there's the Darnell Nurse trade looming, but as of right now, he has not been traded. So we will look at the roster as it looks today. We'll get into that. What are you doing? What'd you work on? You got the top sixes?
I have YouTube Trev's NHL top six.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
I'm interested to see where that goes.
Yeah, it's actually a video I've done on my channel for I guess the last 5 years. I've always
so every year you kind of do it. Okay,
which team has, but I've always just done the top 5 best top sixes in the NHL. But you said it makes sense.
This is why I'm the boss.
Yeah, that's a good
Trev's
call.
Trev's like, I'm going to do the top 5 top sixes today on the oil stream, and I said to him, let me think about it for a second, and then I said, do the top sixes.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, absolutely. You're just like, drop the on Facebook. It sounds cleaner.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It does sound better, though.
Drop the.
The top 6 top sixes sounds way better than the top 5 top sixes.
It does.
To be honest with you,
You're
kind of disappointed that you didn't come up with that on your own at some
sorry.
point over the last 5 years.
Well, it's usually 5, 10, it's never really an even number that you rate.
Tube Sock says, a goatee with no mustache? Ouch. Yeah, man. Straight up mini goat. And it was like the first facial hair I'd ever grown in my life. So I just had like this little ginger goat. And I was like, we're talking with Dustin Buffalo here on Shaw TV in Lethbridge.
You should bring it back, Dusty.
No. I don't know what I'd have to be like. 5,000 likes. I'll have a goatee. But just the chin goat, not even the mustache goat. It was just that. I do think chin goats were pretty popular for a little bit.
Maybe.
But maybe not.
Maybe in your friend group.
Yeah.
Not mine. The mustache is kind of making a surge again. Like it's
just a straight up mustache?
Yeah. I think my generation.
I think you lead that, buddy.
Thank you.
So that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Parkside texts in. He goes, I also have a quick calamari story. One of my ex-girlfriends was a vegetarian, and we went out for supper one night. I ordered calamari when she was in the washroom. She started hammering on them when she came back. These onion rings are amazing.
Babe,
I did tell her eventually, but it did not go well.
Yeah, like what do you say? You don't say it then, probably.
You're obviously dating an idiot. How could she not tell that they weren't onion rings? Yeah. They're not even a ring.
Wow, it's
like the calamari I made wasn't a ring.
It's well, it depends. Sometimes they can be a ring, but it's like very tiny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's like
you got to know the difference between onion rings and calamari.
Tony,
my man, Tony. Thanks, Tony. All right.
Shout out, Tony.
Tony, could I also get a? Oh, there it is. Wow, that was perfect timing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
How about the service here? Tony traded Boosh when I walked in today.
Oh yeah, he was.
So he's still firing on all cylinders.
It's the first thing he said to me. He's, I got a few trades, Trev.
Oh yeah, he traded Boosh to St. Louis.
That's what I have.
That's the big one.
It was
a big
Boosh, Ike Howard, and Jari for Binnington, Parayko, and Kyrie.
Is that the Tony trade?
Yeah, this is what all he labeled. Nurse for Carlson, he said, as
at
well.
50% retained.
Yeah, Carlson's 50%.
And Bowman for Morgan Riley. Tony's cooking.
He's wheeling
I
and
would say
dealing.
this. I mean, I like Tony's plan more than the one that Bowman didn't have heading into the offseason.
Yeah, well,
so that's
I agree
good.
with that.
All right, keep the Text messages rolling in 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Do you want to tell everybody the story about when you first saw me come into Boston Pizza years ago when you were working at BP's?
I mean, yes.
You creeper.
I can. Oh, I just told Dusty when right before the show started, I said, I still remember what you were wearing the first time.
Just come on, man.
My eyes that I saw you. And it was just a starstruck moment for me, right? Like I always listen to you and just seeing you in person, I kid you not, I was in the middle of a drink and I saw you walk in. I'm like, oh my God, my jaw drops and I
Get on the drink, man. You were working.
I know I panned and I'm just like, there he is. There is Dustin Nielson.
Oh, you were pouring the drink?
Yeah. I was like, okay. Don't freak out. And then I watched you set up and I was just lurking in the corner. And luckily,
here you are.
And luckily, you didn't look back at me because you would have seen a weird
just a creeper.
What's that bartender?
Like staring hard.
What's that guy's problem?
Anyway, now here you are, buddy.
Yeah.
Co-host in the oil stream. Out of Boston Pizza. What a glorious,
I'll start it, baby.
glorious day. Glorious day. All right, let's dive into your Popeyes spicy headlines. Grab the $5.99 big meal for a limited time only. Mini chicken sandwich or 2 tendies plus biscuit and fries and a drink for just $5.90. That's a great deal. $5.99 for a mini chicken sandwich or tendies plus the biscuit plus fries and a drink at all Popeyes locations. All right, the breaking news today. Connor Murphy gets basically almost the exact same deal as Dickinson, but $100,000 more. I do like the idea of Murphy going in and saying, what's Dickinson getting? Oh, well, I want 4.1. Yeah. Like it's kind of funny how
100,000 more.
It sort of worked out. So we talked a lot this morning on the Nielson show about Dickinson, but your thoughts on Murphy getting 5 years, 4.1 mil per, 3 years, no movement clause as well.
Yeah. Well, I don't think, it's interesting because going online, seeing the immediate reaction.
What has the reaction been like?
I've seen a lot of people that have been like, this is awesome.
They're loving it.
This is just great.
All right.
A great guy. This is a great deal for a great guy. And then there's a great guy. And then there's the exact opposite where people are just, this is ridiculous. So just going around the league and I looked at, comparables for what he is, what stage of the career he's in. And it's a fair comparison. Like, I don't think the value is necessarily what the issue is or what people are having a hard time with. It's just the term, man. Like the term, like 5 years. And I mean, right out of the gate, just comparing it for current Oilers defenseman, he already is making more than Mattias Ekholm. And I don't know, like, what do you think he's better than Ekholm?
Right now, maybe.
You think so?
Well, I think I liked Murphy more what I saw last year.
Yeah.
But Ekholm's deal, Ekholm's on the tail end of the career.
Yeah.
Right? Like, now, I guess this deal will probably take Murphy to the end of his career as well.
I imagine so.
Like 39.
Yeah, and so
I think as of how the roster is currently constructed right now, assuming Darnell Nurse gets traded, Ekholm and Murphy would actually be the two guys that have out to protect the lead in the final minute.
I think so. Yeah.
So there's that.
Yep. And, it's like I don't mind the player. And the thing with him is you're getting him at 4.1 million. Like, again, that's not bad. But what does this look like in 2-3 years? I will say with this type of player, like, he's never been an offensive, minded defenseman. That's not what you're getting him at. And so I think,
he's a stay-at-homer.
He's a stay-at-home. And I'm okay with paying $4 million for a stay-at-home guy because I think with, his defensive play, that won't go down. I not nearly as much as whether you're like a Ekholm and the offense will go down. So with this type of player, I think it's okay right now. The next 2 years, it'll be fine. I think you're going to get pretty solid numbers and minutes from this defenseman and Murphy. But it's the after. It's 3 years down the road. And that's what I said earlier on the Nielsen show. Like every contract, it just seems like it's 1 or 2 million too much or 1 or 2 years too much.
Yeah, I wish I focused on every other market like I do this one to see if it's always like, oh, yeah, no, they gave him too many 2 years or one year too many or something along
like
those
the value is fine. The value is fine. Like I checked every
I saw somebody say that he played at a $3.5 million value last year.
Yeah,
I don't know. I saw it. As you know, I'm off. For everybody who didn't hear it this morning on the show, I've decided I'm not tweeting my opinion about the Oilers until the regular season begins. Because no matter what you say, somebody's going to call you an idiot.
Yeah.
It's made me very unhappy.
Yeah.
Being involved in Oilers Twitter lately. So I'm just going to pump the brakes in the summer. And just
gotta stop, man.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough to go on there. But like I said, I went through every single team and just looked at comparables, and there's nothing too wrong with the value. It's the term. And I kind of side with that. Like, and just looking at the roster, like the blue line going forward, like this is pretty well lit for the next, like,
they're
4
locked
years.
in.
They're locked in. So
Like,
this is it.
Nurse has a no move. He's probably going to be moved because
Yes.
they've talked him into waiving it or whatever.
Yeah.
But the other, like Ekholm, no move.
No.
Bush's no move, kicks in next year according to Puckpedia.
Yeah.
And you're not going to move him anyway. Ekholm, no move. Wallman, no move. Now Murphy, no move. That's the one thing about no moves. Like Murphy would be like,
When did that become a thing?
Murphy would be borderline guy that I might give a little bit of a no move to. Borderline.
Yeah.
Because now I think Murphy is a top 4 right shot D-man here. I don't know how many other teams I would say that. And that's not a shot against Murphy. Like here, he's going to be a top 4 D-man.
Yeah.
But he wasn't a top 4 D-man in Chicago.
No.
Like they kind of tried to move on past that a little bit. I think Murphy's probably a top 4 D-man on 10 to 11 teams in the league.
Yeah. And he's
so
gonna be,
I don't know if a 4 to 6 D-man should be getting no movement clauses. And I never will think a bottom 6 guy should get a no movement clause. And that's what they just dished out. So I'm trying to figure out. We laid this out a bit on the show this morning. I like the AAV of both of these guys. I also like, I know some people are like, Dickinson was going to get 5.5 somewhere. No, he wasn't.
no.
I'm sorry. If Dickinson was going to get 5.5 somewhere, he would have gone to free
think he
agency and got
would've went.
5.5 somewhere. He wasn't going to get 5.5 somewhere. I think Dickinson is probably what he's worth at $4 million. And I like it. That's
Yeah.
good. The AAV is good. I think Connor Murphy is probably like close to worth what he is now. Probably got him a little bit cheaper than I think he's worth. I think he's like a 4.25 to 4.6 just defenseman. They got him less than that. And he got a little bit more than Dickinson. But with those types of guys, I just don't know like where's the no movement come from?
Yeah.
Right? You gave them the term to bring down the AAV. So what are you getting for the no movement? And that's the one part, especially for the lower end guys, like these guys would be described in the overall bigger no movement clause picture. What are the Oilers getting? Like to me, the Oilers are getting the AAV down and the players getting everything else that they want. They're getting the term, they're getting the no movement clause, they're getting all that control. I just think with this lower end player, it's unnecessary to do that, but maybe it is necessary to do that because we're Edmonton.
To
Like
sign.
maybe that's like as
Yeah, no, it's interesting because I remember last summer, EST afternoons with Hernan Salas and Walking Gauge. Hernan went through the teams that had the most NMCs, and believe it or not, the Oilers, I think they were middle of the pack.
Carolina's got a bunch. I went through the
I know
division
Colorado
yesterday.
as well.
That was actually why I decided to get off Twitter because for Oilers Twitter, I'm still going to be tweeting a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
But I went on. I said in the Pacific Division, the Oilers have 8 no movement clauses. Now they have 9. Vancouver has 7.
Yeah.
And the rest of the division combined has 10.
Oh,
And
interesting.
people are like, oh, you're just cherry picking. I said, it's the division.
Yeah.
I looked at the division. I didn't tell you that it was, I said it's the division, but like there's probably like close to 7 or 8 teams that have more
Yeah,
than 9, maybe.
I think so. Yeah, and it's interesting because you bring up a really good point, and that's like you'd think the Connor, the Leons, they demand having an NMC for sure. And I don't know what it is for players like, I mean, pretty well every single player on the Oilers blue line has no movement clauses. So what is that? Is that, you know, the players camp saying, no, this is non-negotiable, we need an NMC? Or is it just stand?
Well, to me, it sounds like
sounds like
you
it's a
give us a
player's-
no movement clause, we're not staying here.
Yeah, and
Right?
it seems
That's
like
got to be why they give in all the time on them.
yeah, because I mean Kenny Holland, right? He did that for Nurse, and
But should 5-year commitments to both of those guys not be enough to keep them here without the no movement
yes,
clauses?
I
I
would
would
think
think.
so. Absolutely. So that's one thing, man. Like I'd be willing to up the contract like a few $100,000 to not have an NMC for those
Has
players.
anybody done the math on what an NMC is worth? Like, there's got to be some sort of analytical guy out there. Who's
Yeah,
been like,
probably,
a
right?
no movement
It's
clause
worth-
is technically worth
That's a good point.
$750,000 a year on. You know,
Yeah.
that's got to be out there somewhere. Somebody must have done that.
Yeah, like what is that number? But whatever that number is, I would way rather. What would you rather have? Both those contracts up more without NMCs?
Well, if you had cap space, yes.
Yeah.
But for the Oilers,
I guess that's.
I mean, they've got to be pretty careful with that, right? So.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's your spicy headlines. Connor Murphy gets the deal done. 5 years, 4.1 mil per, 3-year, no movement clause, right off the top of it as well. If you want to chime in, you can text us 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. If you are watching on YouTube, hammer the thumbs up for us as well. Sub to the channel if you haven't already, and subscribe to all of our shows as podcasts after the fact. That's kind of the third element of what we are laying out there as well. All right, let's get to some of your text messages. Mike, the Michigan fan, kind of transitioned us into the numbers game that we're going to get to. So the Oilers are bringing back the same team as last year, where everyone is 1 year older. They have $7.5 million left and need a goalie with roster spots to fill. Another first-round exit coming? Question mark. Okay, Mike, the Michigan. First of all, no, I don't think. I mean, we'll have to see. It's way too early to be like, where are they going to go? But I thought last year's team was going to go to a conference final. Yeah. If they bring back the same team again, I guess what I have to say, no, I think they're capable of going to a conference final again. I don't know. We'll have to see what the roster looks like when it's all said and done. But how much of the same team can you bring back? Because right now, he's right. They got $7.5 million. We were thinking the combination of Stastny and Doc probably gets $2 million of that.
Yep.
And they're both RFAs, and I think the team likes both of them. So that brings it down to $5.5 million left.
I think Kapanen and Roslovic are on the way out.
Roslovic's gone for sure.
Yeah.
I have to think Kapanen's probably gone too. Yeah, right. So.
And so, I mean, I'm not surprised, and neither should you be. At the end of the season, Stan Bowman came out saying, no, nothing crazy drastic is going to change. Obviously, that might be different now if Darnell Nurse is moved, but he had the biggest thing for him was this team was just never healthy, and they could just never really get it going all season long. So he has full trust in this roster, and we're going to see he's going to try and run it back. But
it's either going to be genius or one of the stupidest things ever.
Yeah, and I certainly think that this roster, running it back with this roster, even though I think they will be better, I do subscribe to that a little bit. Yeah, they were pretty banged up. But, I mean, I don't think this roster, 100% health, can win the cup, especially what we've seen with other teams, the moves that they've been making. And who knows, they might be able to get into the Western Conference final, but to get the cup to the cup final with this roster, that's going to be tough to do, Dusty.
All right, what say you? 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. What can they do with – I don't know why they wouldn't keep Doc and Stastny around.
Yeah.
So they've got – let's just say they've got about – they'll even play it a little nice. We'll just say they got $5.5 million in cap space. They still need a goalie. But I wonder if they just go super cheap on the goalie and just run with Jari being the guy.
They might, man.
And then they got whatever they're going to get from the Darnell Nurse situation. So let me run this concept by you. Whether it comes in the exact trade, like it's the contract coming back, or it's you move the contract, you retain some, and then you've got $7 million to spend. Can you allocate all that money up front, or does some of that money have to go to getting a defenseman as well on the blue line? And then, like, let's say they move Nurse, and let's play a scenario where they just get rid of him.
Yeah,
and they retain $2 million.
Okay,
so they get 7.25 from him. After these other two guys are done, that would drop it down to 5. So you're looking like $12.5 million. How much of that has to be spent on the blue line? How much of it can you allocate up front?
You know what? A year ago, if you asked me this, I would say go top heavy and get, a big fish and then something minor. But my opinion's changed just based off of the Stanley Cup champion this year. They had a lot of really good players. They didn't have any superstars, but they had a lot of really good players. So if the Oilers can go and get, another $4.5 to $5 million, if you can split it on the dot, honestly, get a $6 million defenseman and like a $5 million forward, like potentially, it's going to be tough to get a $5 million forward to play in your top 6, but that's probably what I would do. I would probably prioritize more of the money on the blue line, and then whatever you have left to potentially play in the top 6.
Where do people come out on this? 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Marixa 1979 over on YouTube. And if you're watching on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for myself and Trev. We are live at Boston Pizza on 170th. Sorry, chat's flying in here quickly. If you're retaining a Nurse for a lesser defenseman, I just don't see the point.
Yeah.
Right.
But then you're out of the contract, and what can you do with said money come free agency next year, or, free agency this year? It's tough, but I know you said this with Will last week. Like, he's playing like a 7.5 or 7.25 to $6 million defenseman.
Who's that? Nurse? Yeah, somewhere between 6 and 7. I think. Like, if he went to the open market right now, it's a fun game to play, actually. If Darnell Nurse went to the open market right now as an unrestricted free agent, what do you think he gets?
If this is crazy, man, but if you've been watching closely, I bet a team would be willing to spend $6 to $7 million.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't even do that.
No, and I remember my first oil stream with you this year.
Yeah,
I said there is nothing that Darnell Nurse is doing that Troy Stecher can't do. I remember saying that.
You were pretty adamant about that. Yeah,
it's just it's his time, man. Like, he is a shadow of himself. Like, I don't know where all the Nurse defense has come all of a sudden, and maybe it's just trying to get that narrative out there. But he's a shadow of himself, man. He has no confidence. He doesn't want the puck. I remember saying in game 1, I believe, in this year's playoffs, you know what he did, Dusty? First time I've seen this in forever. He was tapping his stick. He was calling for the puck. You never see that from Darnell Nurse. I haven't seen that for so long. And he's a completely different player. So can he be? And I've said this before, I think he can be, but he's not going to do that in Edmonton. So I really think that it's not going to be hard to replace his minutes, because he's just so in his head, and he is not the defenseman who he once was. So I don't think it'll be hard to replace him.
Will Wallman next year be better than Darnell Nurse was this year?
Yes.
I think be a case made there.
Yeah. And I think
Wallman needs to be better still.
Absolutely.
But I think he's capable of that.
Yeah.
What Nurse was this year.
Yes. And maybe I'm in the minority in saying that, but there's nothing that I saw from Nurse this year that was just, I'm sorry. And I hate to be negative, but he needs a change of scenery bad. And I absolutely think that Jake Wallman is more than capable of stepping in and taking those minutes from Darnell Nurse.
All right. I got to just get to this one quickly from Costura 20 over on YouTube. Trade Nurse and Jari in a first for Kosa and Cider. What are you talking about, man?
Trace Nerd, Jari.
Well, I mean, we're at Boston Pizza, but you seem like you're drinking.
Oh my gosh.
What are we doing?
Oh.
Why would Detroit trade Mo Cider? What are we talking about here?
And I thought my trades were bad.
Yeah, that sounds like something Trev was going to do tomorrow morning on the show, and then completely ripped.
Yeah.
What is I think he had, you know what he has to be being funny.
Yeah, he's a funny guy.
That's the only thing I can think of. He's got to be really funny right now.
He's a funny guy, yeah?
That's got to be what it is. That has to be what it is, because there's zero chance that could be the case.
Yeah, no way, man. Absolutely no way. No, it's fascinating stuff. But going back to Murphy, and like, there's no way that like Darnell Nurse, he has to, because they have no money, Dusty. Like it's almost like they know for certain that Darnell Nurse is going to be gone. Like with this trade.
you could get a goalie and just have the roster as is right now.
Yeah.
And be under the cap.
Yeah.
Right. Like you technically could do that.
You could. Would you though? Would you want to? Probably not. But like with Murphy, I don't know. Like I know the term. Just to bring it back to him. I liked what I saw from him. I did. Like in limited time, I thought he did exactly what he was brought
so
here.
Different than everybody on the right side.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have, right? So like that's
it's crazy in saying it, and we've said it a few times, but he did stabilize Darnell Nurse, and that was by far the best Darnell Nurse looked all year. Was when Murphy was riding shotgun with him. So it'll be interesting to see. But
they got to have some plans for
Murphy
like the Nurse
and
money
and Wallman. That could be interesting.
I don't think you're just. Are you just willy-nilly trying to move Nurse, or is there an actual plan on if we move Nurse? This would be Bowman and Jackson talking. If we move Nurse, it opens us up and we know we can do these things?
Yeah.
Or is it like we're moving Nurse because a lot of people said we should probably move Nurse, and without Nurse, our team will be better. Thanks, Tone.
Yeah, it would be the most Oilers fashion to move him and be like, okay, what now?
Well,
okay, well, we did it.
I'll tell you right
now.
now, if the Oilers trade Nurse and then the next day somebody's like, Oilers are in the market for a left shot D-man, I'm going to be like, what are we doing here? Like, there has to be a bit of a better plan, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do this. We still have Trev's top sixes to come.
Yes.
But here's the Oilers' current roster.
Oh, jeez.
With 7 points. Well, I still think Stastny. Let's say 5.4 mil. Okay, and so we are assuming that Doc and Stastny are combined like 2 mil. Maybe they'd be slightly above it, slightly around it. So you got 5.4 million left with this current roster. Okay, and I moved some things around. I didn't just take exactly what they had on Daily Faceoff. Sorry, Trev.
That's a good lineup.
I have McDavid with Hyman and Savoy. Draisaitl with Podkolzin and question mark, but is it Howard?
Maybe.
Okay. Dickinson with Frederick and Nuge.
Okay.
And then Szymanski with Matthias Janmark and Doc.
Janmark.
Yeah.
Forgot about him.
Oh, yeah, he's still around. And then Ekholm, Bush, Nurse, Murphy, Wallman, Emerson, Stastny, Jari, and I guess Connor Unger, or whatever. We'll see what they do between the pipes there. So that is your current Edmonton Oilers club. Could you like, let's say they can't get a deal done for Nurse.
Yeah.
If you bring this group back just like this, it's basically the exact same team that they ended with, but with a full year. But instead of Kapanen and Rosovic, Howard's in there.
Yeah.
Outside, and I guess Janmark because he was hurt. So, I mean, it's basically the two guys that you'd be flipping. If you were to just bring this group back, I know some people right away. I see some people on Twitter are like, oh, you can bring back the whole same team that got eliminated in the first round by the Ducks. I get that. Partially, I do get that. But they were banged up against the Ducks.
They were.
Their penalty kill sucked against the Ducks, but, I mean, a couple pieces were banged up. I do think if they were to just run it back, they would get further than they did last year. But I also don't look at that team and go, that's a Stanley Cup. That's a Stanley Cup top 4 contending team.
No, not at all, Dusty. Yeah, if you know puck, it doesn't take a genius to look at this roster and to come to that conclusion. Like, just starting with goaltending, obviously that's been an issue here for it seems like my whole life watching this team. And you're going in with like even if Tristan Jarry, like, say he does exceed expectations, and all of a sudden he's just and that's a big if. There's still massive holes on this team. The blue line is, as we saw last year, not that strong. It wasn't just the blue line, though. It was the team defense as a whole. But we'll look at that team defense. Does the coach all of a sudden change that? You'd have to commit 110% to that system. And I don't know if Connor and Leon are really going to abide by that. You got rookie in Ike Howard, who is he ready to – I think he is ready. And I think give him opportunity to play, and he will showcase his skill. But I mean, it just is oddly similar to the McDavid Draisaitl era of like the early 20s, like where I just look at the forward group and I'm like, oh, Connor, Leon, okay, that's great. And then you've got Nuge and Hyman, that's awesome. And then you got a lot of just that players are just that are okay, but that's what I'd label it. It just the offense is not nearly as good as it was 2 years ago.
Also going to be a different coach.
Yeah, and there's going to be a different coach. Yes.
We'll have to see how a different coach uses this. Like,
yeah.
Dickinson, Frederick, Nuge. What would be your expectations for that line?
And see, like, and that's a good question. Like, do you want Nugent Hopkins to be a third line left winger? Like, how impactful can he be at that? Like, I think he's.
So would you play him with McDavid and Hyman and then Howard?
I think that's where he has
third line.
Like, even if like he can't drive a line as a center, I don't even think he can drive a line as a winger if he doesn't have offensive skill. Like, that would be okay, like 10 minutes left in the game. Let's go shut down, maybe like a shutdown line. But I mean, we just saw like Nuge was invisible without Connor on his line this year, or Zach Hyman. So it's not bad, but like that's not going to get you any goals. Not really, in my eyes, they might be able to stop the puck. But do you want that? Is that their goal? Because if you want a checking line,
I look at the Dickinson, Nuge, Frederick line, and I don't know if it's a line that I would put up against other teams' top lines, and I also don't know if it's a line that I would really expect to bring any offense.
No,
Frederick
exactly.
literally brought no offense last year. Dickinson has scored more than 10 goals once in his entire career, and it was an outlier season with 17% shooting percentage.
Yeah.
And he's really good at other things. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying Dickinson does a lot of other things, but like I don't know what the identity of a Frederick Dickinson Nuge line is.
No, I agree, and that's why I see is Nuge a shutdown guy from Ross Creek Nasty, I believe. No, I mean he's not. So maybe you have Colton Dock there. He goes up, but then you don't want.
That doesn't change my view of how they do offensively, though.
Yeah, no,
right? Like it just doesn't.
Yeah. So yeah, there's certainly some holes, and I think this forward group is not nearly, not even close to being as good as it was 2 years ago and 3 years ago, especially. But it'll be interesting. Like you look at the roles, like what can a new coach do for these players not named Connor and Leon? Can that change? Can that change it up a little bit? Get the third and fourth line more involved. Like that's one thing I was adamant about. Like they never got their fair share. So maybe that changes as well.
All right, what say you? 780. If the Oilers, they're going to have to do something with Nurse. I worried when was it Saravalli said the Nurse thing could drag on until the training camp and stuff.
Yeah,
and I just think you're putting your team in a really tough spot if you can't get something done with this guy a little bit as we work our way through the next 10 days or so. Some teams are going to be busy. Some teams are going to be active, and we'll see if one of them is willing to bring in Darnell Nurse.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating stuff here. Dusty, what are your thoughts on Howard going into the season? Like, do you think he should be in the top six?
I don't know.
Do you think a Mike Babcock would help him?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
The one thing
I didn't know if I'd have him in the top six before Babcock. I'm not sure how that changes. So you look right now. Okay, so if Nuge plays with McDavid and Hyman, Savoy's got to be in your top six. I think so. Look, could he be a third liner? Yes, he could be a very good third liner, but I think he's got to be in your top six.
He has to be.
And we know Podkolzin and Draisaitl like a thing. Draisaitl loves Podkolzin there. I mean, technically, if Draisaitl didn't love playing with Pod so much, Podkolzin's a guy who could really drive a third line, not so much offensively, but drive them with energy and drive them, continuously. And then you play Nuge and Howard on the left side in your top six. I'm not going to sit here and say, I don't want people on me being like, Podkolzin's the top six guy. I'm fine with wherever Podkolzin is. I just think he's a guy who can be impactful on a third line, where I don't know if Nuge or Howard can impact the third line like Podkolzin could, where I do know that offensively they should be able to complement a McDavid or a Draisaitl.
Yeah. So. No, I actually, hot take, Dusty, I liked when Podkolzin was away from Leon more this season. I really did. Like when he was
because of what he could do somewhere else.
Yes, absolutely. And I feel like, and it's not just Vasily Podkolzin that does this, but every player does it. When you're playing on Connor or Leon's line, you want to give them the puck. You want it, and you refer to them all the time. Here, take the puck. Here, take the puck. But when Podkolzin was in the bottom six and he was on his own line, he really did not shy away from skating with the puck. And it was a little bit different. He was more of a go-getter, and I'll get you the puck, Leon, when he was on his line, which is fair. That's what you should do. But when he was on the third line, he went and he got that puck, and he was okay with skating with it. And I don't know. So I personally, like Dickinson, Podkolzin, Frederick, what could that definitely for a checking line, that is definitely more appealing to me.
Max Bazuzu over on the Nasty Chat says Nuge, Dickinson, Pods would be the third line of a champion. And Jake from Ontario says, do we think Babcock cares what Leon wants? He may say Podkolzin's playing third line.
Yeah, and you know what? I like that.
He might, until Leon says, no. He's playing second because we interviewed you and said you're the coach.
Yeah.
So
because I brought that up on the Oil Stream on Friday. Your tweet, controlling the players.
That's what I used to tweet about.
The players believe they can. Yeah. That's when you used to. But that's what. Yeah, it's very mature of you. But you were like, never have I ever seen this before. And it was Andy Strickland. He tweeted, "The players believe
it was Strickland
that they can control Mike Babcock."
Yeah.
What does that mean? Mike, they just got him on a collar.
I don't know. They've got a shock collar on him. He's like,
I think
okay,
so.
we're gonna play Pod Colson on the. Now we're gonna put him on the third line. Okay, Pod Colson's gonna play top 6.
Yeah.
Like, I think that might be what they mean by controlling them.
Good, Mike.
All right, 780-218-9999. If you're watching over on YouTube today, there's a lot of you there. Hammer the thumbs up for us as well. What's it? The Big Uke over in the corner there?
Yeah, we got Big Uke.
There he is. Big Uke in the house.
Yeah, look at that guy.
I think
What a
Big
beauty.
Uke works here part-time. That's
Yeah,
how
he
much he's
might.
at BP's
He actually
170.
might.
All right, YouTube Trev's top 6s.
Yes, in the NHL.
Let's get into this, buddy.
We're diving into
you want
this.
to start at 6 and work your way up?
We are starting at 6.
We're starting
and
at
we
6.
Are gonna
This
work.
gives me a chance to eat some all meat bites.
Yeah.
Check this thing out.
Oh,
Look at
dude,
this thing. Look how big this thing is.
that's massive.
This is like a 4-biter.
Oh gosh, yeah, I
This
feel
is
bad.
nuts.
Yeah, you know what? It's hot, Dusty. I'll do some talking here. So, yeah, what goes into my ranking? It's right now, and also looking into the future as well. So you're going to see one team in particular has a pretty elite top 6, but definitely going into in 3 years from now, what can they be? So they're pretty elite right now, but what can that team be like in a few years? So starting at 6, we've got we're going down south, Dusty. Yeah, we're going to the Eastern Conference. We're talking about the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Tampa Bay Lightning, number 6 on the list.
Yeah, and it really just goes to show how lethal some top 6s in the NHL are. You got Brandon Hagel, Olympian, Anthony Cirelli, Olympian, if I'm not mistaken. He was on the Olympic team, right? I believe so. Yeah, or was he injured?
Cirelli played on the 4 Nations.
Oh, it was the 4 Nations, correct. Yeah, you're right. Nikita Kucherov, he obviously would have been an Olympian. Jake Gensel, Braden Point, Corey Perry. That's the only Corey Perry, but as the Oilers fans know, he can still he's still an impactful player. He can muck it up, he can score. So I mean, just an unreal top 6. I absolutely love it. That first line of Cirelli, he's very good defensively. Brandon Hagel is just an absolute warrior in the playoffs. What he was able to do was special. And then Nikita Kucherov, in my opinion, he's a top 3 player in the league. You could say top 2.
You love the Cooch.
Oh, Cooch is unreal. So
Tampa at 6.
Yeah, what are your thoughts? And then I've got.
I'm curious to see which 5 are above them, because like a team that has Corey Perry still in the top 6.
That's the only thing. But you got Cooch, you got Point.
No, I
Gensel,
mean, get it. It's stacked.
And that's the only thing. It is Corey Perry definitely.
I guess I'm more
sets
interested
this
to
one
see
back.
who doesn't make the list.
Yeah.
Like if number 7 or 8 would have been.
Yeah, and after I've got on the bubble.
You got some honorable mentions.
Yeah, honorable mentions.
I love it. All right,
Absolutely.
number 5.
Okay, number 5. We are going with the Montreal Canadiens. So the team that was able to beat the Tampa Bay Lightning in this year's playoffs, and they relied heavily upon their top 6. You've got probably the most electrifying line, one of, in all of hockey. Cole Caulfield, 50-goal scorer. Nick Suzuki, first 100-point season. And Juraj Slafkovsky, who had a very underrated season. Like 30 goals. No one's talking about his 30 goals. This guy is a beast. And I mean, that line like really has it all. Very reliable defensive centerman who can also chip in offensively, a sniper, and then you've got just a grinder, a go-getter. So just unreal first line. And then you followed up with Alex Newhook, Jake Evans, and Ivan Demidov. So you could argue that Tampa.
I still want the Habs to get a second line center.
Yeah.
Like I like Evans. He'd be an insane third line center.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and again, like that really kind of sets this one back for sure. But that first line is just
First line is unreal.
Unreal. Like it is. They were so fun to watch. Any given night.
Could have used more from him in the playoffs at times.
And seeing that's true. They did kind of, especially Caulfield. He didn't really have his.
They had moments. They definitely had moments.
They did. But you look at Demidov. Like this guy is just scratching the surface. He is going to be. By next season, I think they're leading point scorer. I'm big on Demidov, man. He is.
Yeah, I mean Suzuki just dropped the hundo though. I could see Demidov being an 80
but you know
point
what's
guy
weird?
next year.
He is a safe. Like you're kind of just like, oh, like Suzuki just had 100 points, right? But like if Demidov, like in a few years, I think he's going to be a consistent 100-point player. I'm big on Demidov.
Until he's traded for McDavid next offseason.
Yeah, absolutely.
So. All right, number 4.
Okay, number 4. And Nasties as well, obviously. I know you guys are chiming in. Feel free to rip me. Number 4, we've got the Dallas Stars. So Jason Robertson, excuse me, obviously he still has to re-sign, but if he does, that's what I know there's a little bit of an asterisk
I think
on
it
this
might
one.
be moved, but
right now.
right now. We
he is still
do this again after the Robertson trade.
Yeah, absolutely. You got Jason Robertson, who was a snub, pretty well an Olympian. Rupe Hintz, who is just flies like the wind. I love that player. Tyler Seguin, obviously, that's kind of the one outlier. He's a little banged up as well. He didn't play all season.
Good second line, though.
Yeah, and then you got Wyatt Johnston, Mikko Rantanen, and Matt Duchene. And Matt Duchene, he went to Dallas, and he's brought it back a few years. Like, he has. Like, people don't realize, like, oh, you think, like, Matt Duchene. No, like, he's actually been a really good player for them since he's been there. And if you forget or if you've forgotten, Matt Duchene scored an unreal goal on the Oilers this year.
That was one of the best goals of the whole year.
Oh, absolutely, man. So he's still got it. Young Wyatt Johnson and Mikko Rantanen, a top 10 winger in the NHL. So,
all right. So there's 3 left. I've got 3 teams I've written down that I think should be in the top 3, but let's see it. Who's number 3?
Okay, up next.
Wait a second. How many windows do you have open?
I've got a lot.
Count those windows. How many windows do you have open?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37.
He's got 37 tabs open in his browser right now. Now it's a Mac. It can handle a lot of heat.
Yes, absolutely.
37 tabs.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever had 37 tabs open
Thank you.
at one time?
Thank you.
My goodness. All right.
2, 5, 6. Never let Trevor rank it. Oh, come on.
There's a fun list.
There's a good list. Come on, Ice.
All right, number 3.
Okay, number 3.
Okay, that was one of the 2 that I still had. Yep.
The Colorado Avalanche. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Yeah, cover that up. Arturi Lehkonen, he's slotted as the left wing right now. You got Nathan McKinnon. He's a top 3 player in the world right now. Marty Necas, his first 100-point season this year. And then a second line, Brock Nelson, who a very solid bounce-back year for him with the Avalanche. Gabriel Landeskog, who's still got it. He does. He's a little bit older, but he's still got it.
He was better than I thought he was going to be.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And then Nazem Kadri as well, who is, he's I don't really need to say much there, but he's an effective player as well. So, this top 6, now we're talking about the elites. Like that first line, anytime you got, Marty Necas, I remember you first bringing him up. Like, how is this guy not a 100-point player? And then he was traded. And that's when I really started to pay attention to him.
Necas is insanely skilled.
Oh,
man.
he really is. Flies like the wind. And, you have Lehkonen in the top 6 right now, but Nichushkin, he's also been on that first line with McKinnon and Necas. So, yeah, it's pretty impressive what they're doing in Colorado.
I can't believe you have 37 tabs open.
Thank you.
Let's see here. Now, Big Uke says those are rookie numbers.
Trev,
he must have even more.
Where's Big Uke?
Jammin says if your laptop crashes, you know why.
No, it doesn't.
Amish Man 19 says, my God, that's too many tabs.
No.
Rip City Step says 37 is not that many.
Yeah, exactly.
Jammin says, being an IT guy, that isn't good for any systems, Mac or PC.
Oh.
So just a heads up, Trev. Just
so
a
maybe
heads
I
up.
should delete
All
this.
right, so I think there's two that I got here that. Okay, let's go. Number 2.
Okay. This one's pretty self-explanatory. They just won the Stanley Cup.
So I crossed them off there.
Yeah. So,
That top 9.
Yeah.
God.
And
when you got Nick Ehlers as a third line winger,
that's
come on,
impressive. And so, yeah, this kind of just goes to what I said earlier. It's a team that doesn't have like a legit star, but they have a lot of really, really good players. Svechnikov, it's tough because his career was kind of going like this, and then it's just been at idle for the last few years. But he's still an effective player. Sebastian Aho is a well-rounded player as well. Seth Jarvis, obviously an Olympian. The second line, Stankoven, Jackson Blake, and Taylor Hall, baby. Who'd have thunk it?
That's a great line.
One of the most effective, if not the most effective line.
It was the most
in the
effective
NHL.
line for the Hurricanes in the playoffs, like undoubtedly.
Yeah, you could argue in the entire playoffs, like just through series 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, it was just awesome to watch. So, they won the cup with this top 6. So I figured they should probably be in the top 3, and I have them at top 2 because they would have been top 1, Dusty, but something happened, and maybe it brought the top 6 down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Okay, very interesting. We got a discussion to have here then.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Number one.
Without further ado, it's got to be the Florida Panthers. They have to have the best.
It has to be.
Like, I'm sorry, like Carter Verhaeghe. Like I said, the Lightning, they have Corey Perry.
They've got 5 Olympians in their top 6.
Yes, man. And like that second line.
And then other Olympians further down.
Yes. Like it's just incredibly stacked. So Carter Verhaeghe, first line left wing with Sasha Barkov, probably the best two-way centerman in the NHL. Don't even think it's close. You got a 50-goal scorer in Sam Reinhart. You got Brady Tkachuk, Olympian, just a grinder, one of the best power forwards in the NHL. Sam Bennett, I mean, he is just an absolute force. And then Matthew Tkachuk, who's a stud in his own right as well. So it was going to be Carolina, but after yesterday's trade, Brady Tkachuk just automatically makes this the best top 6 in all of hockey, I think.
Yeah, that's a pretty strong. I thought you were going to have the Oilers in there somewhere.
No,
I totally forgot about Florida, which is dumb. You're right; they're number 1.
Yeah.
But you don't have the Oilers ahead of the Lightning or the Habs?
No, and I ran it by Hernan was the only person. I just thought.
Yeah, remember Hernan's angry at the Oilers today.
Yeah,
like that's a tough. It's a tough day to run something by Hernan.
And so on the bubble, I've got the Minnesota Wild.
Okay.
I've got the Devils, the Oilers, and Golden Knights. Not in order. I just
not in order. Those are your bubble teams.
Yeah, you'd probably
Oilers, Knights, and who?
The Wild and Devils.
And Devils.
Yeah, they got a sneaky good. Like, look at their top 6.
And Jesper Bratt always flies under the radar.
Yeah, and they were doing unreal, and then Jack Hughes got injured last year, and then they kind of sucked. But I'm sorry. Like 2 years ago, I've always had the Oilers in my top 5 for their top 6. But they're not nearly as good. Like their wingers have significantly declined. Evander Kane left, Jeff Skinner, Victor Arvidsson, like the people that they brought in, like right now, Dusty, I know this isn't what you have, but what was your top 6 for the Oilers? You said
my top 6 for the Oilers was McDavid, Hyman, Savoy, Draisaitl, Podkolzin, and then Howard or Free. But let's just.
But like that second line, so it's great you have Leon.
Okay,
but I'm sorry, Podkolzin would not be on any of these teams' top.
Yeah, Corey Perry.
No.
Yes, he would.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, we've got a little disagreement on our hands here. This show has become very pro Podkolzin lately.
Yes, he would. No.
No. See, like I would like. So I'm going to take the question mark and Howard out and say the Oilers' top 6 is Nuge, McDavid, Hyman, Podkolzin, Draisaitl, Nuge, McDavid, Hyman, Podkolzin, Draisaitl, Savoy. I love the Habs. I think that's better than the Habs, and I think it's better than the Tampa Bay Lightning.
And you said, sorry, Nuge, McDavid,
Hyman, Draisaitl, Savoy, Podkolzin.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's got it. Isn't it like?
But how many?
The Habs have Jake Evans as the second line center. The Oilers got Draisaitl.
Yeah, and that's awesome. But look at the wingers. You've got Savoy, who's a 40-point player last year, 30-point player.
Yeah.
Podkolzin, 30-point player. Like the other teams have one of those guys.
I think I'd have the Oil in the top 6.
But also,
I appreciate your work on the list.
Thank you. I appreciate the conversation we're having. Oh, damn. What was I going to say, Dusty? I forgot. But, yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts? What are the Nasties saying?
I think I'd probably have the Lightning or the Habs out.
Yeah.
And the Oilers in.
Yeah.
But, I mean, outside of that, I think the top end of
that's what I was going to say.
Somebody else said Vegas, too.
But there is,
Vegas
I have Vegas.
You got him on the bubble
as well. But
you got him on the bubble.
That's another thing. Like, how many times...
Just open another window so we can see Vegas.
How many times were Connor, Nugent Hopkins, and Hyman separated? That line wasn't really trucking like this year. Like it wasn't years prior.
You're right.
Like it was like 2 years ago. That was one of, if not the best lines in all of hockey. That was not this year's line. They got separated there was reason to separate them.
What's the Vegas top 6?
Okay, you got Pavel Dorofeyev, Jack Eichel, Mark Stone, Brett Howden, Ivan Barbashev, and Mitch Marner. So
that could be right in there as well.
Yeah, for sure.
That could be in there as well.
They're definitely in there.
All right. Well, this was a good conversation. I liked it. Top 6s.
Was it fun?
Oh, it was very fun. It was very fun. Yeah, it was a very fun time. This was good, Trev. Fun stuff on the oil stream today. Like I said, Hernan's pretty fired up about contracts and stuff. So EST afternoon should be an absolute beauty. I don't know. Zach, are you back there?
Yes, I'm back here looking at 40,000 tabs on my computer as well.
Yeah. No, he's got way more than me.
How many tabs do you have open, Zach?
At least north of 20 on my laptop and then on the work computer, because we get 3 screens back here behind the tech desk, the spaceship, I like to call it. I have tons of tabs open all the time. Like, I saw somebody in the nasty chat talk about grouping tabs, and I just figured that out like a year ago.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, so you group them, and when you shut them, you just close the group. So you just click one button, and all your tabs that you saved in that specific group open back up. So you don't have to reopen every individual tab. It's amazing.
Sounds fancy.
Yeah, it's like it's better than a calendar.
Sounds really
Dustin.
fancy.
Yeah.
Huh.
It is very fancy. Big time.
All right, so what's coming up on EST Afternoons, buddy?
Yeah. We'll dive into the Dickinson and Murphy extensions as well. Joaquin and Hernan will have their thoughts on that. The Elks start the season 2-0 for the first time since 2019 as well. We'll dive into the Brady Tkachuk trade down to Florida. Brandon Pillar will give a Senators perspective on the move. We also got David Dwork from the Hockey News to take a Florida angle on it. So both sides of that coin of that trade, we'll get some insight on either side. And then the Screw It, Let's Do It parlay in the final segment of the program, looking to cook up something big. World Cup action ongoing. Nothing but great things.
All right, EST Afternoons is coming up. The Reed Wilkins Show to follow today from 3 until 6 as well. That is going to do it. Thanks to Tony and Curtis and the whole crew here at Boston Pizza 170th. As always, a good time being here. It's nice. It's so close to the office. Easy to slide down here and see the boys for sure. EST Afternoons is coming up for you too, Trev. I am Dustin Nielson. Thank you very much for joining us for the oil stream. Turn on autoplay on YouTube. We'll take it right on over. Hernan's going to be fired up today. I can't wait to see it. Take it easy.